सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। The topic of this session is the scheme of study and sadhana. Now, when we are talking about a scheme of study, it is the study of the Vedanta Shastra. Now, when we say study, why there should be a scheme? Why not we just take any book at random, just like that, read? Why there should be a scheme? This takes us to many questions actually. Even if we study of the scripture, why should we study the scripture? There was a demonstration class and what the relevance and benefit of this scriptural study. Interesting. So the first is of study of what? The study of this scriptures are called Vedanta. But why should you study? That we have to know. And then why should there be a scheme or a systematic study? Slowly how we come to these questions. We have got various our sessions, and this point will be discussed more and more clearly from different angles. So now here, first we'll see this study. Okay. We are talking of the study of the Shastra. Now we'll go to the basics. What is the Shastra? Generally, it is translated in two ways. One is called as science, and the other is called scripture. This is how it is translated. Science means a systematic study of a particular subject matter. That's called as science. Now you must have heard such words like Bhautik Shastra, Rasayan Shastra. Bhautik Shastra means physics. Rasayan Shastra means chemistry. Ganit Shastra means mathematics. Jyotish Shastra, astrology or astronomy. There also the word Shastra is there. Geo Shastra, biology. Vanaspati Shastra, botany. So when you hear these words, it becomes very clear that it is a systematic study of that particular subject matter. Whether it is Bhautik, Rasayan, ityadi. Now, when we come to Dharma Shastra, Dharma Shastra also is a word. In Dharma Shastra also there is a systematic study of what is Dharma. Dharma word I will just now say constitution. Just as when you live in a particular country, nation, that nation has a constitution. And the citizen of that country is expected to abide by that constitution, that law. That's called dharma for that country. Samvidhan, it is called Samvidhan. The interesting part of that is, if you see just vacant land, you can't just go and build your house. You will have to first of know that the land belongs to whom. Because according to Constitution, it may be belonging to a person or a society or the government land. By seeing the land, you will not know whether it's a government land or personal land. It is not a matter of your direct perception. What to say, even if you go for parking, you have to know whether you are authorized to park there or not. Where you should park, there also is that. You have to find out. One place it was written, fine for parking. And the man parked. So then he wanted to take it. So why did we take it? He said, did you read here, fine for parking? He said, yes, that's why I parked. Fine. That's why in using words, also you have to be very careful that if that word has got other meaning also, then you should not have used that word. Because in logical language, this is called the extension of that meaning of that word to something else also. Ativyapti, it is called. Fine means good also. So it is good for parking. And fine means it is penalty you have to pay. It is not that. So therefore they say no parking. That is better. You see, this aspect is not understood by our perception or by our intellection. What is legal or constitutional in a country cannot be known by our eyes or by our own thinking. We have to study the Constitution. Now we are the citizens of the whole universe. What are the laws of the universe that govern us, our life, not only in this present? What is that which governs the life of the Jiva? See, the Constitution will be telling you only about your this physical existence here in a given country. But the Jiva who is indwelling the body, there is a Constitution which governs the Jiva also. That is called Dharma Shastra. So that Dharma Shastra also is a systematic study and understanding what is Dharma. Then higher than that is called Adhyatma Shastra, what you call as spiritual knowledge. Adhyatma, when you say spiritual, also that word has also so many people have different meanings on that. So Adhyatma in Sanskrit means Atmanam Adhikritya Pravrittam. Yat tad Adhyatma. That means that knowledge whose subject matter is the self, the subject, not the object. That's called Adhyatma Shastra. Now when you say physics, chemistry, mathematics, zoology, botany, geology, oceanology, all these, they are referring to some object. Adhyatma means what is the nature of the subject who knows all objects. That is called Adhyatma Shastra. Now you should find, when the word comes Dharma Shastra or Adhyatma Shastra, we generally don't use the word science, but we say scripture. So whenever we use the word scripture, now we don't say Bhautik Shastra, no. It is scripture of material object, scripture of chemicals or elements or anything like that. There the word science is used, systematic study of that. But here is a scripture. It has got a different connotation altogether. When it comes to Dharma Shastra and Adhyatma Shastra. Right? Now, let us go into the meaning of the word Shastra now. What up till now I have found there are two types of knowledge. One is called the knowledge of the world of objects. There the word Shastra is used in the meaning of science, systematic study of that. Where you perceive with your senses, where you use your intellect, where you use the inferences, and all that is possible in that. But the field of Dharma Shastra is little different. Because it is not available for direct perception in that. As in this world also, as I gave you some example, what is legal, illegal and all, they are not matters of your just perception or intellection. However intelligent person you may be, but whenever you go to any particular nation, what are the laws that you have to find out? You can't know them only by seeing. So they call Dharma Shastra. And the one for whom is the Dharma, the one who is the knower of objects, who is he? That's called Adhyatma Shastra. Now just think, when Dharma itself doesn't become object of intellect, how will the subject will become that? Therefore, it is a very different category altogether. And that's called Shastra. Now, what is the meaning of the word Shastra? We will see the etymological meaning. One is called Shas and Tra. These two words are there. Tra means protection. Like mantra, yantra, tantra, shastra. Tra, protection. Shasa means shasanam, teaching. Shasana means command also, and shasana means teaching also. So the simplest definition of the word Shastra is Shasti, it is Shastra. That which teaches you something is a Shastra. That way anything can be Shastra, whatever it teaches you. Something cooking, that also is Shastra. It teaches you how to cook. But here is a Shasti Hitam Upadeshati. It is Shastra. That which teaches you what is that in which lies your absolute good, your well-being, your welfare. That is called Shastra. Or other way it is called Shasanat Trayate. That which protects you, saves you from all sorrows and suffering through its teaching is called Shastra. See, when we study physics or chemistry, they don't teach this because that's not their subject matter also. They will tell you of the nature of things. You can develop science, technology and how to use and all that. But then they don't teach you what is that in which lies your welfare. That subject is not in their scope. So Shastra means a science, Shastra means scriptures, and the difference must be understood. Shastra as a science can be systematic study of anything, including how to commit a theft. Chor Shastra. So many kinds of. But that which teaches you something for your well-being, that which will purify your mind, that which will uplift your mind, that which will liberate you from all bondages, then that's called scripture. So this difference must be understood. once you know what is the definition of the Shastra, what is the subject matter of that Shastra, it is a systematic study that also, but it is much more than any kind of material science. Now I will tell you again, what is the difference between this Adhyatma Shastra and Bhautik Shastra. And when it's a Bhautik Shastra, it is material sciences. Okay? And Adhyatma Shastra means this spiritual science, knowledge, self-knowledge. The difference. Suppose I give you this watch. Suppose, because I am not giving you, but suppose I give you this watch. Or even just to see it. What will happen? Where your attention will be? On that watch. You will try to see which manufacturing company is that, how expensive it can be, what is the quality of it. Someone may think, who gave it to Swamiji, because he definitely not bought it. A variety of questions can be there, but it will be about that watch. In the same way, if I give you some ornament also, you will look at that ornament, which is genuine or fake. Fake है तो फेंक दो. If it is fake, throw it away. So like that, if it is expensive, genuine, pocket it. So there are other things should be there. Good. Now, if I give you a mirror in your hand, then what happens? Something very interesting thing happens. The moment the mirror is there, I did not know I was such a different handsome person. So your attention is not on that mirror at all. You don't think about that mirror. Whether it is expensive or cheap, is a plain mirror or even convex or concave, or it is of Belgium, from where it is. Right? So now see, mirror is an object. And a wristwatch also is an object. But there is a difference. When you see the wristwatch, your attention is focused on the wristwatch and all your thoughts are about that. But when you look into a mirror, suddenly your whole focus changes and you see yourself. There may be some ugliness, some dark spot or this or that. You may see, oh, I must wipe it. I must clean myself. Or something good, I appreciate. That's why people love mirrors. In their purse also they carry. Anything shining plate reflecting in front of that, Because what happens is you see themselves. So, Adhyatma Shastra in Gita, Upanishad, there are also books. And other physics and machine, they also are books. But the difference is, when you study physics, chemistry, you will know so many laws of nature and gravitation and relativity and of thermodynamics and whatnot. So many things will come to you. But when you read Gita, suddenly you come to know about yourself, about your mind, about your behavior, your actions, reactions. So many things you come to know. don't you want to know about yourself? In fact, whether you know anything about other thing or not, it doesn't matter actually, but you must know about yourself. So the question is, what is the relevance of the study of the scripture? Why should I study? Relevance means, prasangika, why should I study? Because I am the hero of my biography. Just think, it is my life, and in my life I come in contact with many things and beings and experiences and events and places and whatnot. Those things and beings which come only for a short time in my life, actually I have to know about them. Because whichever place I live, I must know about that place. Whatever field of work I work, I must know about that. The people with whom I have to live and work, I must know about that. But what about me, who is a permanent entity of that entire life? Now when people ask, what is the relevance of Gita or Vedanta knowledge or scripture to you, your life? I ask, do you have got any relevance to your life or not? What got immediate? It is my life. For I am the one who is a permanent entity. And if that scripture tells me about myself, that scripture has direct bearing and direct relevance to me and my life. Therefore, I must know myself. As we get up early in the morning and also you go to wash, basin and what, you see, mirror is the first thing. I must see myself. Before you go out or anywhere else, again check yourself. I think people will be laughing. I want to see. So here, I must know myself. That's why the scripture says, know thyself. Whether you know anything else or not. If you know it is alright, even if you don't know alright, but if you don't know yourself, then there will be a problem. And then what is the benefit? Oh, the greatest benefit was I know myself, then only I can have right relationship, right contact, right response and all that. Otherwise there will be utter confusion. So just imagine I get up in the morning and I don't remember who am I. It is such a frightening thing. It will be very scary. Someone comes, Hari Om. Who are you? Swami, what happened to you? What, Swami? What happened? See, as I am describing you, I think you will get scared. I am getting scared when I am giving my, because I can't use somebody else's example only, I am giving my own example. What to talk that, because I travel a lot. One country to other country, sometimes there is a jet lag, and when I get up, I don't know where I am and what I am supposed to do. For that half a minute and all that, it is very unnerving. You don't know what to do, what you are supposed to do now. I don't remember whether I slept after my lunch or after my dinner. Whether it is the evening time I had to go for my lecture or in the morning time, what it is? If that is frightening, such confusion is there in our life because we don't know what really we are. So when I see the scheme of study of what? It's a study of scripture. what is scripture? That's why I say what is scripture and what is science, because the same word is used, Shastra, right? So that what is science and what is scripture, then the difference must be understood. And once we understand that subject matter, then you say, it is directly related to me. And every aspect of my life, because I am related to every aspect of my life. There is nothing, because without a very good relationship with anything else. So all my actions, all my reactions, all my responses, all my pursuits, all my relations, dealing, experiences, everything. And once I know myself very clearly, then only I can understand all relations, everything, and then only life can be lived properly. That is the direct benefit of that. Whether relevance and the benefit. Now one more thing. You see, in the discussion also today, demonstration or otherwise also, when people talk about their experiences, sharing their experiences and on, that this group starts and it dwindles. Some people say, no, it does not dwindle, it is going on all right, very good. Some people say, that we know it, but we are, again when it comes to life, again we are not able to remember. Or some will say, what is the use only of intellectual knowledge? And then if you can't live all that life. Remember, knowledge will be intellectual only. How can it be stomach while knowledge? Because knowledge will take place only in the intellect. Where else it will take place? And remember, the Bhagavan Shankaracharya has explained all these points very beautifully in his commentaries, in Bhashyas. So what does the pramana, means of knowledge or knowledge does? Knowledge does not change the nature of things. That is not the job of knowledge. Knowledge only reveals the nature of a thing as it is. Now what you do with that knowledge, that depends upon you. Like when I touch, my organ of touch is a means of knowledge. And I touch fire. Oh, it is burnt. My organ of touch only has given me the sensation. The knowledge has taken place, it is something which is very hot. If I touch, it will happen. So, fire is fire. The knowledge is not going to change its nature. The pramana, the means of knowledge, only has given me the knowledge that it is this, its nature is this. Now, if I still touch and hold it, and then I say, intellectually I know fire is hot, but I still want to touch it. Very peculiar thing is. And what is the use of knowing only the fire is hot if I cannot just leave my hand from that? But it is your responsibility. Whose responsibility will be? Knowledge will take place in the intellect, and the knowledge will be true to the nature of that object. And if you do not leave it, or if you have to hold it, you must hold it, what is to be left, you should leave it. And how you are going to deal with that, that is your thing. Suppose I go and say, what is the use of only knowing I should not get angry? Yes, true, then I should not get angry. What someone else can do for that? In the discussion also that was there, yes, faith is good. But if faith should not blunt my thinking, that is right. But actually, the real faith also is defined as that which you start believing but culminating in knowledge only. The faith which starts in believing but ends in the verification of that thing, then that's called positive faith. And my thinking should not become blunt. It is my responsibility, or someone else can do that. Once I have understood the nature of a thing, or nature of being, afterwards what do I do with that fire? Then I say I don't play with that fire, but I cook my food. And when I'm feeling cold outside my fireplace, and I just sit there and all that, and I make myself warm. And it's interesting that even if suppose the fire burst up my house because of my neglect, I never say I will never use fire. So I don't hate fire. I say only I was actually negligent. I don't know what happened because of my fire. Is it true or not?
Yes.
What a wonderful thing is that. You don't hate that one. Because you understand it was your fault somewhere. It was unattended, neglected. Somewhere the airplane accident has taken place, the help is rushed through by airplane only. So we must know what is the job of a means of knowledge, what is the job of that knowledge itself. Then it is the responsibility of the knower who has gained that knowledge. If that person does not practice it, or that knowledge does not come into his living and all that, then it is his problem and he is mistaken. It is not a fault of the scripture or the knowledge. If one man does not improve after reading the Gita, what is the use of Gita? I am not going to study. What a peculiar thing. By some medicine, this man was not cured. Therefore, I am also not going to take medicine, even if I am suffering from medicine. Will it happen like that?
No.
So, we have to be very clear. What is the Shastra? What is the Praman? What is knowledge? What is the field or job of that knowledge? And one more thing, I really do not accept that a person has gained some knowledge and change has not taken place in him or her. I don't accept that. Knowledge is not such a useless thing. I tell you, at one place, one of our mission secretaries, he told me, you know, and I was a brahmachari, not Swami also, brahmachari. We have been conducting study classes, attending also, and this jnana yajna style. But I tell you, there is no improvement and no change in me or us. I say, then be honest. If these pravachans or these studies, it is not doing anything good, why you hold on to it? Leave it. Don't invite me for jnana yajna. Don't invite Gurudev also for jnana yajna. Don't conduct the study class and attend. Close. Then he said, no. I can't say there is no improvement and there is no change. So then, when we say there is no change or I don't see much improvement, what we mean that what we expected, that much has not taken place. That's all. Either I had my particular level of expectation that so much change must come in. And when I see that it is not that much, so I said nothing has changed. Or I compare myself with another person. I go to a gym for 1 month and compare myself with Dara Singh. There's some wrestler whose whole life was for all this wrestling and all that, and then I go for the, see, look at him. Look at me. I go to the ashram for 10 days and then compare myself with Raman Maharshi Bhagwan. Wow. Then definitely I will not see any change in my life. It's not like that. But if you just look to what I used to think again, now when people were sharing their experiences, most of them admitted or not, that whatever their earlier a change has come in them, people also have noticed it, and therefore they want to say it. So how can you say there is no change? The thing is, the one who gains the knowledge, it is the responsibility of that person that it expresses in life. And it is not possible that you have gained something, it will not come in your life. It may be very slow and all that, because of different reasons and all. But it will not be that it will never come in life. It is not possible. There will be change. So, what this study is, how it is relevant to me, what is the scope of that knowledge, what it does, and what is up to me that what I have got to do, that is, I must know. And there will be this change, no doubt about it. So there is relevance and there is benefit. Actually, this is the only thing you must know first. The earlier you know, the better it is. Because I have met many old people also, they say, why did not I study this earlier? Now they are regretting. Gurudev used to come and his yajna was right in front of my house on the ground. And loudspeaker was also there. And many people went and some even asked me to go and I did not go. And now I say, why did not I go? Now forget about it, now go. But then you feel right. So earlier you study and know, better and better it is. So once you know what is the scripture, what is the subject matter, how it is related to me, then I say, I have to study it. Now how will I study? Suppose I want to study economics, and every day I read Economic Times. By reading some newspaper or some magazine, Business India, Business World, or like this kind of magazines, if I read, by that I will read economics, I learn as a science. By reading newspapers and magazines and some books, and I can't study. Because every science has got a particular subject matter. It has its own language, its own terminology, and the definitions of every word. There are certain fundamental principles. So if you don't know those terms and terminologies, and what do they really mean, and what is the principle and all, and just reading only here and there, how will I study, how will I know? I take the book of organic chemistry, and what I appreciate different designs. because structure of benzene, structure of glucose, structure of fructose, sucrose, everything is given. Nice. Hexagonal and all the different ways. Nice. Nice. And everywhere it was CH. I don't know why they have written CH. Because I know ABC. But in chemistry, C does not mean C, it means carbon. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is hydrogen. O means oxygen. Ca means calcium, Mg means magnesium, and Au means gold, and Ag means silver. Now suppose I don't know all these, I will not know what is said there. Because I must know their symbols. I must know their formulas. So what to call the C6H6, that is the benzene. Oh. अच्छा ठीक है. So there are different structures are there or not? In physical chemistry, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry. So if I study earlier all those, then I know what are the principles, fundamentals. Then how it is expounded, then I will know. I never study even what is geometry, then I say three-dimensional coordinate geometry, trigonometry. सिर्फ नाम ही मेरे को पता है, I don't know what they are. But in the same way, our Vedanta also has got its terminology. There are word signs. And what does that word mean? That also we have to know. What is its meaning? What is its significance? What is its implication? And what is the basic principle or fundamental principle? That also I have to know. So just by reading here and there, some book here, some book there, some article here, some article there, you can't know. And therefore there has to be a scheme of systematic study. So if you have studied the fundamentals, the preliminary things, then you go to the advanced one and then still see the higher one, then it will become very clear. Otherwise it is very confusing. These statements are there, very contradictory statements, and in so many ways, and then we say, what is said there? I think they were all confused people. We are confused, and we will call the rishis confused. Because you see, they were sitting on the high altitude of mountain, there was less oxygen. There was some problem in their mind. Such things people have said. But their own thing they are superimposing on someone else. The rishis were the wisest people of the whole world. And then we talk like that. Because we think our intellect is the standard of judgment and the final standard. So therefore you come to the scheme. The scheme of this study. I am telling you all this so that we understand the gravity of all this. And not take it very lightly. Do you listen when our Guru, they also thought and then he gave, just like that. Give some benefit of the doubt. It's not all that, but at least there must be some reason. So he gave this scheme, and also thereafter some new books also have come out. So therefore also we also have revised that and put in certain order so that there is no monotony also, and then you understand that more and more. So then when you do that systematic study, then you understand everything. I remember when I met Gurudev first, and I was so eager to know when was he going to start the course and where will be Vedanta course. And then when I asked him one question, he gave that answer immediately. But do you know what he said? Now you have come here to study. You will not have to ask any question there. Because after all, the Shastra is made for that only. It's going to answer all the questions. If only we have that patience, and then just keep on studying as a particular book is taught. Pay attention to that. I have also taught this Vedanta course. What I found, people are very strange, or brahmacharis or other. Suppose while teaching Tattva Bodh, by mistake, I say, in Aparoksha Anubhuti, Shankaracharya has children. Now he forgot Tattva Bodh. When are you going to teach Aparoksha Anubhuti? So therefore I learned my lesson. I never give any reference or cross-reference anything than that. Because in cross-reference, you are at cross. And then suddenly that man starts thinking of the other thing only, and then and it's very interesting. Tattva Bodh time I will give reference of Aparoksha Anubhuti. And while doing Aparoksha Anubhuti, I will give reference of Tattva Bodh. When Tattva Bodh, understand Tattva Bodh properly. Then when you go to that next one, automatically things will become clear. So there must be a proper scheme. Alright, therefore now, you see you have got this book, This book is given to you all? Yes. Called the Chinmaya Study Group, How to Organize and Conduct. Right? Now, I remember earlier this book was there and its name was Chinmaya Study Group, How to Organize and Run. I said, if you say how to organize and run, you organize and run. Please change that. Because they will run away. So they call it How to Organize and Conduct. No running away. Or don't run. How to conduct. Now in this is a page number 33 where the scheme of study. Puja Gurudev had given, we only just little here and there was what you call this change we have made, not any major kind of thing. Because some new books also came and then we thought that in this scheme they will tweak. So I will go through that. Alright? Only the list, because you have to study these books in the first book is Kindle Life. He said, I tell you, it is such a beautiful book. Very Kindle Life itself is very nice. You have to kindle your life. Where there is no light and there is no life. Sleepy. So I kindle life. So this book, in the beginning, there are two parts. The first part is totally non-technical terminologies and very small chapters, and the topic is introduced. Simple, what is life? And life is a series of experiences. And experience is possible when there is subject and object. What we are trying to do is only we are changing the world of objects to become happy. But it is the subject who is experiencing object. And if that subject itself is confused, then your wonderful set of objects may be there, but then you will be unhappy. The experience is not complete. So slowly and slowly, the attention is drawn to that subject. The what is the greatness of human life, and all that was slowly. There afterwards, little technical subject matter is introduced. That's called Kindle life. Introduction. Then you come Bhaja Govindam. This Bhaja Govindam is a really masterpiece. So the Bhaja Govindam teaches us the facts of life. It teaches us how to look at life and how to re-evaluate life, because we have got all wrong evaluation of things. There is nothing wrong with the things as such, but our understanding, how we look at it, everything is rather confused. So it is an evaluation. How to evaluate every experience of life. What mistakes we are committing. So the Bhaja Govindam wakes us up from our this sleep of ignorance and this slumber. It shows us the path. Now you have woken up. What you should do. It indicates the goal and means, and also reveals to us the nature of that enlightened person. That is called Bhaja Govindam. We seek the eternal. Because remember, there are two things in this world. One is called eternal, other called ephemeral. One is called permanent, other is called temporary. Now see, one is called imperishable, other is perishable. If I ignore what is eternal, permanent, and only run after impermanent things, what will happen? Eternally I will never get, because I never even pursue. And temporary is temporary anyway. So impermanent is very, by nature is impermanent, and therefore nothing remains there. Someone was telling his friend, I got a job in a bank, and now it was earlier I was temporary, but now I got a permanent job in that bank. The other man said, but your bank itself is temporary. And in America, so many banks only have gone bankrupt, which is a fact. So you may say your job in that bank is permanent, but that bank is not permanent. It's in deep trouble. Even like Citibank, it become a village bank. Anyway, so permanent is gone because I never sought. Impermanent is gone because it is impermanent. So I am the same. Bhaja Govindam does not mean Govinda, 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 Govinda. Govindam is the highest reality. Seek that highest reality. That is the message. Now when you have got some idea of this introduction of this life, Kindle life of Kindle, then Bhaja Govindam has given you the total picture and facts of life, how that life goes. You wake up and all that. I want to know what the truth is. So therefore, Tattva Bodh. Then you come to Tattva Bodh. Because that knowledge of Tattva is reality. Because now all of these simple things, they don't satisfy me. I really want to know what the real truth is. So Tattva Bodh. Now when you come to Tattva Bodh, every time it is said to gain that knowledge, you must have the purity of mind. Now Tattva Bodh is a very technical book in which all the terminologies of Vedanta, they are explained. The subject matter of Vedanta is explained. But then, for that knowledge you need purity of mind. Therefore next is taken Manashodhana. So what happens? Some people in Tattva Bodh are very technical and high. So Manashodhana becomes a little more practical on that. So the channel also changes a little. So sorry, not that much of serious and all that. Then Manashodhana has again becomes Atma Bodh. so that you don't miss that link, because the purity of mind was made for gaining that knowledge. That goal should not be forgotten. And then Tattva and Atma is one and the same. Therefore, after Vanisha, again we have come back to Atma. Now then we have taken Upadesara. You see, why? Because Upadesara is another most beautiful composition of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. In this small book of 30 shlokas, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi explains what is Karma Yoga, what is Bhakti Yoga, what is Dhyana Yoga, what is Jnana Yoga. Because when you have to gain this knowledge, some people have different temperaments, and how they can be guided. Or that Upadesara is the very essence of the teaching of Lord Shiva only, which Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi has given. In earlier past, what is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, the names might have been mentioned, but they are not said what they are. But in this one Upadesara, all these 4 yogas are beautifully explained. So what happens? Into monotony then. Subject changes. Then you come to the Upadesara. Now Upadesara, after that you get Narad Bhakti Sutra. You see, I tell you, ultimately the essence of our life is to fill our heart with love for God. If that happens, you have gained everything. Many times, our intellect constantly thinking, reflecting and all that, it also wants Vishram. Remember, it also wants some rest. It also wants refreshing something, That's why Tulsidas wrote Ramayana, he said, Buddha Vishrama, Sakala Janaranjani. He called Ramayana what? This Ram Katha, it gives even rest and refreshes the mind of learned people. It is such that, therefore, you fill your heart with Bhakti, Narad Bhakti Sutra. Then you come to meditation in life. Because in devotion, meditation, their essence is understood. And now we come to Gita introduction, chapter 1 and 2. See, when we have understood this one, then the Bhagavad Gita, do you know why? Because Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Upanishads. So if we understand Upanishad, the Gita also is understood. To understand Upanishad, we must know some Prakarana Granthas, preliminary textbooks of Vedanta. So now the introduction is given, and then we come to Jnanasara, the essence of knowledge. Then you come to Kenopanishad. Why? Again, because Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandanaha Papto Vatsas Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. Upanishads are the cows, and the milk of those cows is this Gita. And therefore now again we come to Kenopanishad, and then come back to Gita chapter 3 onward up to 6. Then what will happen? You go simultaneously. You study Upanishad, you study Gita, you study Vedantic Prakarana, to clarity gives coming. Then Dhyana Surup. Why? Because 6th chapter is meditation. So immediately again, Dhyana Surup, what is the essence of Dhyana, meditation? Then again Kaivalya Upanishad. Then Gita chapter 7 to 9. Then Ishavasya Upanishad. Why? Because the 7, 8, 9 chapter, I tell you when it's given, there is after thought only given. Because 7, 8, 9 chapter, they talk about the very cause of this creation and what is God. And Ishavasya becomes Ishavasya Vidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Ena Tektena Punjita Ma Kridha Kasya Svedhanam. So you come to Ishavasya Upanishad, then again come to Gita chapter 10 to 12, 10, 11, 12. And 12th chapter is Bhakti Yoga, right? So again the essence of Bhakti, Bhakti Sudha there. After 12th chapter we have taken Bhakti Sudha. Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Logical thought development and how every time you are kept fresh. And what I am telling, this is how we teach our Brahmacharya Vedanta course. But since all the students are staying at one place, every day there are 2-3 classes, then little the organization of classes may be little different like that, but the idea is like this one. You see the Prakara then we see the Upanishad, then you see the... when we have a 2 years Vedanta course, we start Bhagavad Gita only after 1 year. Today while sharing the experiences, or Purushottam from Ranchi, he said, no, the people they come and very first they want to know everything. It cannot happen like that. So Bhagavad Gita is taught after 1 year. Now when we conduct Jnana Yajnas and we take any chapter and all that, the purpose of Jnana Yajna is different. Purpose of Jnana Yajna is to inspire people, motivate them to study this. And those who did not even hear the word of Gita, at least they come to know, so inform them. So for them it is only an information first. For others it is an inspiration. And some people are, no, I want to go more seriously. The purpose in Jnana Yajna is not to go to too much of details and depth of everything and all that. Now once you have the Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Sudha, then again Gita chapter, then 13 to 15. They are highly philosophical chapters. Then you come to Mundaka Upanishads. Then you come to Gita, the last 16, 17, 18. And once you have understood the Gita Darshan, then you have Sad-darshan. The Sad-darshan of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, that book, Asatoma, Sadgamaya. So after from the Asat, lead us to Sat. So this is called Sat. Now if there are people who follow this scheme, now they are ready for still more advanced also. So then we said, we made the group in this way now, first level, second level, advanced study, in which is a Yoga Vasishta Smarasambhara, then Advait Makaran, Aitreya Upanishad, Dakshinamurti Stotram, Kathopanishad, Prashnopanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, then Mandukya Upanishad, then one after another. Now we are ready for that. Heavy duty items. Now I tell you once you know this, then you really start enjoying the Upanishad. What this Upanishad is. It is Amritam. All these serious Upanishad. And as far as the Gurudev is concerned, he had said Mandukya, because every time he had said this book, how many shlokas and how many times and all that. And he said Mandukya, he said Mandukya with Karika, lifetime, just keep on reading and studying that. That's a final. After what is there? Now these are, as far as the study group is concerned, then when you meet, that's what you study there, and then self-study. These books, like when you have school, colleges, there are certain syllabus which is taught, and there are other books of references, rapid readings, and all that you should study, read. For example, self-study. Vedanta through letters. You see, when Gurudev started his work, so many people used to write him so many letters asking questions, and he used to reply to them. So it's always a nice, refreshing thing, because many times in fact our own questions are also there. So these Vedanta through letters, we must Sadhana Panchakam, Purusha Suktam, Hymn to Badrinath, Vishnu Sahasranam. This you yourself study at home and all that. should read, you should study. Like video viewing. Now, Gurudev's two videos are most popular. One is the Bhagavad Gita and other is Vivek Chudamani. Because these are very lengthy ones. There are others also, but these are two main. Gita you study properly, and Vivek Chudamani's subject is already studied in Tattva Bodh, Atma Bodh and all other things also. And this Vivek Chudamani also you should study and you should watch that. That will come to this afterwards when you know how to conduct study classes, how to make it more interesting also. So there was a variety. Sometimes when you have like this group discussion, certain days, just now we will watch this and then discuss on that. It will be a very interesting thing. So in that way, you can either group study or your own way, at home also, at your own time also you can watch it. Let's say every day I will watch 20 minutes, half an hour. This Vivek Chudamani on that. But make it a niyam and watch it. Then only you will be able to watch. And while watching that video also, don't keep your cell phone with you. No, it should be such an exclusive time. At that time, when you watch, not that suddenly the phone has come and then you go and you hear somebody is talking and then you are that's very insulting this. Or you switch off and then you speak on the phone. And then when again you switch off. That's not a nice thing. So even if you are watching a video or listening to only an audio CD, but at that time also attention must be there. Whether you are listening to it or watching all alone or particularly in a group, but you do it properly. Now see, this scheme, if you just see, now you understand why these textbooks are there, then why followed by that and that. If you just do it, it will be wonderful. Now what is happening? That will come later on. So what is happening now? What happens? People go and then there was a Jnana Yajna on 15th chapter of the Gita. So they say we have to form a study class. So they form a study class. Now since we have heard the Gita 15th chapter recently, it is fresh in our mind. Let us start our class with Gita chapter 15. Because you heard a talk on the theory of relativity, so your class on science begins with theory of relativity. If you start a class on theory of relativity, absolutely it will end very quickly. Because the fundamentals are not clear. So today, when I say scheme of study of what, that I made it clear between science and scripture. And when it comes to scripture, we are specifically we are studying Adhyatma Shastra, what you call as Vedanta or Upanishads, right? And what is its relevance and benefit, that I talk to you. Then, if you have to understand it, it has to be very systematically, because every science has got its own Shabdavali, Paribhashavali. So we must know them. Therefore, is this systematic. Okay?